All right, let's get started. Okay, hey everybody, my name's Anthony. I'm a cloud developer advocate at Microsoft. And today I get to talk to you about two of my most favorite things in the world, Azure Functions and SignalR Service. So we'll start off with SignalR Service. So it's a fully managed real-time messaging platform. You can also think of it as just WebSockets as a service, but it's a lot more than that. So for instance, if you have a connection that doesn't support WebSockets, it'll actually gracefully fall back to other transports such as server-sent events and long polling. And also, it has a higher level programming model so that instead of dealing with sockets and stuff, you can send messages to all connections, or you can put connections into arbitrary groups and send messages to that. As well, you can send messages to all connections belonging to a single user. And good news, SignalR Service is generally available today. And it is, you get up to 100,000 connections now with the free tier. And there's a 99.9% SLA, as well as 11 regions that it's available in. You can connect to it using clients. Most of us use JavaScript in the browser, but there's also .NET Standard if you want to use Xamarin or Windows Forms, .NET Core, .NET, all that stuff. And there's also a Java client in preview as well. As far as publishing messages to SignalR Service to send to clients, there's three ways to do it. The first way is using ASP.NET Core. With about 3 lines of code, you can add SignalR Service to your ASP.NET Core application and have that act as your SignalR scale-out backplane. It's really easy to use. And there's also a REST API on the surface. That allows you to basically use SignalR Service from any language that speaks HTTP. So you can send messages from pretty much any application. And lastly, we have a really good integration between Azure Functions and SignalR Service. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So why would you want to use SignalR Service with Azure Functions? So this is actually a pretty common ask that a lot of people are building fully serverless applications, but then they have a need to send real-time messages. So this requires a persistent connection. So they end up sending up a web app or something else. So now that SignalR Service works with Azure Functions, you don't have to worry about that. You can use them together, and you get a pretty serverless solution. Also, because Azure Functions works so well with other Azure services, that you essentially get real-time messaging, and you can add it to any Azure service that you want. And in addition, Azure Functions works with a lot of different languages. So you can program for a SignalR Service in any language that Function supports. So here's how the whole thing kind of fits together. You have clients like browsers and desktop, mobile, and games like that connected to SignalR Service. And then Azure Functions sits in between events, and it publishes messages to SignalR Service. So for instance, if you want a message to be published when an HTTP event occurs, just set up an HTTP trigger, and that's all you need. Same with timers. A really interesting one is using it with durable functions orchestrations. So for instance, if you have a long-running durable function that's taking minutes or maybe even hours to finish, you can actually use SignalR Service to broadcast updates on the things that you're working on. And also, Azure Functions has a lot of triggers for a lot of Azure services. So for instance, if you want to trigger or publish messages on SignalR Service from, say, an event grid message, for example, you can really easily do that with Azure Functions and SignalR Service. And if that's not enough, you can hook it up with Logic Apps. And because Logic Apps has hundreds of connectors, you now have access to, you can actually hook up hundreds of different events from within Azure, outside of Azure, or even on premises to send messages on SignalR Service. So for instance, if you have Dynamics with Salesforce, and you want to send real-time notifications whenever, like say, an order gets created, you can use Functions and SignalR Service to do that for you, along with Logic Apps. And for Functions to work with SignalR Service, we have a couple of bindings that are currently in preview. The first one, so for a client to connect to SignalR Service, you first need a token, so basically connection information. So So the first input binding allows us to generate that token and return that to the client. And then the second one is an output binding, and that allows in Azure Functions to output messages to SignalR Service to broadcast to all the connections or a subset of connections. So let's take a quick look at how it all fits together. So this is a JavaScript function. So if anyone has seen JavaScript functions before, it comes in kind of two pieces. The first one is the function.json, where you define all the bindings. So you would define a binding called SignalR connection info. Give it a name. SignalR has a concept of hubs. So in a single SignalR instance, you can actually have multiple hubs. You can think of them as namespaces. So in this case, we're generating connection information to connect to a hub named chat. And then in the function itself, we're taking in the bindings is giving us the token and the endpoint information in the in basically a parameter, and then we're just taking that parameter and just returning that to the client. In this case, it's an HTTP trigger. Typically, we would stand up an HTTP trigger for this because most clients will want to ask an call an HTTP endpoint to get this token. And here's this one more time, but in C#. So one file, we're using attributes, but everything kind of works the same. You take in an object as a parameter, and you return it. So now that we have an endpoint that clients can call to retrieve information to connect to SignalR Service, how do we use it from a client? So I have the JavaScript example here, but the C# one almost looks exactly the same, and I'm sure the Java one as well. So typically when an app fires up, like a web app fires up, you would want to make a call to your endpoint that you've created to retrieve the connection information. And then once you have that information, you can use the standard SignalR library to create your connection. So in this case, I'm doing this in JavaScript again. And so you just take the URL and the access token and pass it to the hub connection builder, and you're good to go. And then typically the next step is that you set up one or more of these kind of like listeners or kind of like event triggers. So here I'm listening for a message called new message, and then every time we get one of those messages pushed down to us from the browser or from the server, we'll execute this piece of JavaScript. And then after we've done all that, we call start on the connection, and the connection between the browser and SignalR Service is initiated. So now that we have clients connected to SignalR Service, let's talk about how we can broadcast messages to these clients from functions. So again, we're back to the JavaScript function. This is the function.json. It looks pretty much just like the first one, except that the type is SignalR. And it's also an output binding. And then in the body, we are just taking, we're just assigning one or more messages to the output binding itself. So in this case, I am sending one message, trigger, and the target is the method that you want to call on the client. So you saw earlier that we set up an event listener for new message. Here we're invoking that listener, and we're passing the message. In this case, we're passing the request body as the argument, but you can pass 0 or more arguments in that array. And again, this is now we're in C#, pretty much exactly the same thing. You can take in an iasync collector, and to send messages from within the function, you just add one or more SignalR message objects to the iasync collector. And again, you can specify what methods to call and the arguments. So here's kind of like a real-world example. So you can have a change in Cosmos DB. And Cosmos DB automatically writes that change to the change feed. And then you can set up a Cosmos DB trigger in Azure Functions to trigger a function when something is added to the change feed. And then you can do something with it or not. And then turn around and use the SignalR output binding in the same function to send messages to SignalR Service or tell SignalR Service to send messages. And then it's going to go ahead and send messages to the connected clients once it's been called by the function. So enough slides. We'll go look at some demos instead. All right. So I have a really simple application here. It is a bunch of documents in Cosmos DB, and they happen to be just a bunch of basically flights and prices. So it's connected to the Azure function. Oh, sorry, it's connected to SignalR Service already via Azure Functions. And it's a completely serverless app. It's hosted on it's a single-page application hosted on blob storage. So now I am in my database. I can open up my collection and browse to my documents. So you can see here's the one from Seattle to Vancouver. Here's Seattle to Orlando. So let's have a sale. So we'll change that to $199, and then we click Update. And then within less than a second, that's updated on the UI. So what's happened is that change went from my browser to Cosmos DB. Cosmos DB wrote that to the change feed. From the change feed, that triggered my function that's running in the cloud. And then that function has called SignalR Service, and then SignalR Service is broadcasted it to all the clients. I don't think I missed anything. So that's pretty cool. So let's take a look at the next one. And this one you can all kind of browse to it if you want. It's called aka.ms/flight map. Kind of like sticking with the flight theme. And it's basically just a bunch of flight data that I'm just playing back. So I have a durable function running on Azure. Every second it's just broadcasting all the flight information, well, basically all the flight locations to my browsers. So, and everyone who's got this open will get the same information. You can zoom out, and we're actually sending quite a bit of information through the pipe, and it's working pretty well. And in case you're wondering, planes don't fly this fast, but I'm just playing it back quicker than they really do. Okay, so now let's look at a more kind of advanced scenario, I guess. Because so far, what we've been doing is that we've been broadcasting messages to everything. So let's look at how we can authenticate users and then send messages only to a specific user. So in Azure Functions, we have app service authentication built in. So you can find that in platform features. And if you click on authentication and authorization, you can see that I already have Twitter configured. I'm not going to click on that because I'll show you my secrets, but I'll show you the Facebook configuration. So all you have to do is enable app service authentication, fill in your app ID and secret, and choose some scopes if you want to, and click OK. And then you've configured your function app to authenticate against any of these services. So I've already done that. So let's take a look at the app itself. So here it is. I'll refresh that. So I think I'm already logged into this one. Let's see. Hello. So that's working. So let's fire up another browser. So we'll go side by side for maximum effect. And then we'll log in. Hopefully I got the right password, and I did. So just like that, I've logged into my application. So once again, this is a fully serverless application. The UI is running off of blob storage, and it's talking to Azure Functions. So here I can send a message, say, hey you. And now what I can do is I can click on one of these, and then I can send this person a private message. This is a secret. And there it goes. So only one of the connections received it, right? So it's really easy to build. Yeah, and I'll show you some code in a little bit on how that's done. So lastly, I want to show you, this is my last demo. And so I just put up a site today called Serverless Trivia. So you can go to aka.ms/serverless trivia. And every 20 seconds, I'm pushing out a new kind of trivia question, and anyone who's currently on the site right now can answer it, and you can kind of see what other people are answering and all that stuff. So hopefully a question will come up. I'm not sure if anyone else is connected. I tweeted it out earlier, but I don't have that many followers, so I don't think anyone's playing. So I don't even know what this is. Is that like a robe? Yeah, we got it. Okay, so you can spend all day playing it on the toilet, whatever. All right, so let's go back to the slides. All right. So we looked at the authentication. We saw an example. So let's see how that's done. So app service authentication, when someone's authenticated, passes a bunch of headers to the function itself. So I'm taking the principal name, which is typically the username from the service, and I'm passing that to the SignalR connection info binding. So now the token that's generated from that is actually authenticated against that user. So when the user is connecting to SignalR Service, SignalR knows that it's this person. So now let's figure out how to, now let's see how we can send a message to this user. So to send a message to the user, use the exact same binding as before, but you add a user ID property to it. And now only I will get this message, nobody else. So it's that easy to kind of use it. So just to recap the users, it works with app service authentication. So you can send messages to a given user. And it's all connections to a given user. So typically, maybe a user has multiple devices, and they're all kind of opened at the same time. All of them will receive it. And then coming soon, so the service itself already supports putting people, or basically putting connections in the groups and sending messages to groups. But the binding itself hasn't been updated to support it yet. So coming soon, we're going to add that as well to the bindings, so that you can start adding connections and users to groups and targeting groups in a message. So in summary, SignalR Service works really awesome with Azure Functions. You should really go out and build some cool apps with it. There's a lot more SignalR at Ignite. So on Thursday, there's a full 75-minute session on SignalR Service by GD over there. And those people actually built the service. So it's, congratulations to them for GAing today. And then on Friday, Brady Gaster is going to have a 45-minute session on ASP.NET Core SignalR. And then here are some serverless sessions at Ignite. I don't know why I highlighted this one. I see people with drinks, so maybe you don't know where you are. You're here. I think all of them are great, but I'm highlighting a couple. So the Azure Functions for the Enterprise, that's a great one. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of announcements there. Go check it out. And then Fabio, who's standing over there, and also Eduardo, are having a session on a deep dive on functions. You really want to check that out. Fabio lives in the code every day. And there'll be all sorts of stuff that you'll find out from that. So please go out, build some cool stuff, maybe some useful stuff. Hopefully it's cool and useful. Tell us about it. You can find me on Twitter there. As well, all the code and resources that I have from this demo or from my presentation are at this URL. Please check it out. And I think that's it. Thanks for coming, everybody.